So for my first video, I figured I would give you some background about me and how I became an executive assistant without the fancy title at first. I, like many people before me and many to follow after me, when I got out of college, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, so I tried a bunch of different things. I started out in retail, hated it. Tried to sell life insurance, also hated it. Worked in real estate for a while, liked it, didn't love the structure as much, and then eventually I landed in a billionaire's office as a receptionist. Being a receptionist is about as low on the totem pole as you're going to get, and that's my first tip. You just got to get in the door and get started somewhere, and there's nothing wrong with that. So being from a small town, I thought I'm getting a $50,000 salary. This is what I've always wanted. I didn't really care that I was just going to be a receptionist. I thought this is a steady gig. It's got good benefits. It's close to where I live. So, I thought I'd kind of made it when I got there. But about 6 months later, the CFO of that company said, "Hey, I think that you might just be a little bit of a waste of talent at the front desk. And I think if you want to try some accounting, that I would like for you to come work for me." This person probably ended up being one of my biggest mentors of my career. And I didn't have necessarily a title when I went back into accounting, but something that I think everyone needs to realize is if you're dependable and a hard worker and you stand out in that way and people know they can rely on you, you will get called up to do more. And you should take all the opportunities that you can in that way. So I knew nothing about accounting at the time, but he said, I'll teach you everything you need to know. And if you want to do continuing education, then we can definitely help you pay for that. So my other piece of advice in your early career is if someone offers to pay to get you more education, take it and run with it as far as they will let you. You should always, always, always continue learning. You're never going to know it all. So I worked with him for almost 8 years in total at the very beginning of my career. And to give you some insight, I was working for someone that is now in their 80s. So they were the same age as my grandpa. So they've been there and done that and seen everything. So I would say get in somewhere. It doesn't matter the position. Try to learn as much as you can. And then try to stand out in all the positive ways. Be dependable. Offer to help other people out with their projects. Be curious and try to learn, more about the industry that office is in. There might be something else within it that sparks your interest that you might have a natural talent for, but if you're not going to ask and learn, you'd never find out, which would suck because then you'd miss out on the opportunity. So I ended up being an executive assistant, and then I went on to do that several more times. I'm still one today, but structured in a little bit